Don't you know that racism ain't amongst future kids can only lead to no good? Besides your sons and daughters, I wanna know how that feels.
Police say the three suspects got into an argument with a 57-year-old woman before hitting her in the head with an object. Investigators say one of the suspects yelled, "I hate white people." The victim was taken to Jamaica Hospital with a wound to her head. The NYPD Hate Crimes Task Force is investigating.
That's when the internet did what it does best and deemed Yang a racist for not being offended. Because if he wasn't offended, well, someone had to be. You look like Justin Timberlake in Bad Teacher.
I just hate slavery so much. Slavery's the worst. If I could go back in time and undo slavery, I would. I hate it.
The answer to mass incarceration is to stop putting undeserving blacks in prison, not to put more white people in Twitter jail.
So Simone, I just want to read, this is some of Sarah Jeong's tweets that her critics say are offensive, many of them dating back 5 years. In one tweet she wrote that that couldn't enjoy the show. She couldn't enjoy the show Breaking Bad because the premise is just, and here's what she says, the premise is just white people being miserable and that it must be so boring to be white. She also tweeted, hashtag cancel white people, and oh man, it's kind of sick how much joy I get out of being cruel to old white men, and white people have stopped breeding, you'll all go extinct soon, that was my plan all along. Dumb effing white people marking up the internet with their opinions like dogs, I hate saying that word, I'll just say peeing, on fire hydrants. I don't know why that, I hate that word. You say these tweets are not racist.
No, I don't think Sarah's tweets are racist. Look, first of all, I think that it's important to note that these tweets were dug up by a right-wing, it's not even conservative, it was a right-wingers, people that identify with the white supremacist ideology, and they were taken out of context. Now that being said, I subscribe to the notion that I don't tweet, write, or email anything that I don't want splashed across the pages of the New York Times.
Does it matter who dug them up?
I know, but I think it matters that it's selective. That's what I'm saying. And so some of the tweets are taken out of context. I think in Sarah's explanation, she noted that some of it was counter-trolling. Would I have written anything like that? Absolutely not. But it's not racist for this reason. One, Don, racism, being racist, is not just prejudice, it's prejudice plus power. So one could argue that some of her tweets, even within context, note that she has a prejudice perhaps against white men. But that in fact does not make her racist. I don't think she's a racist. I absolutely think we're conflating two conversations.
Does it make her a bigot? Does it make her?
No, I don't think it makes her a bigot either. I think you have to look at the tweets within the context. Could she be prejudiced? Could she have some, not just implicit, but negative bias towards white men in America due to perhaps what she's experienced throughout her life? Probably, absolutely. Does that mean, though, that she is in fact racist? No, because race is prejudice plus power. Could she be prejudiced? Absolutely, but I think we're conflating many different conversations, and we have to be clear about what we're talking about.
Ying, what do you think? Are these tweets racist?
I think the tweets certainly are racist. Whether Sarah herself is a racist, I think that's a different question, because if you look at her tweets, and in fact, I actually spent quite a bit of time.
Can you separate those two for me? How can...
Well, if I could continue, I actually looked at a whole bunch of her tweets, a lot more than what you just read out loud, and that's quite a bit of time I can't get back. But